Welcome back. 2016 was indeed a very eventful but somewhat controversial year for the Nigerian judiciary. Perhaps the most controversial event of the year was the arrest and trial of some judicial officers on allegations of corruption. In this next report, we look at some of the activities that shaped the judicial sector in the past year.
On October 7, 2016, the unprecedented happened. Operatives of the Department of State Services (DSS) raided the homes of some judicial officers. Those arrested in the wake of the raid were Justices Sylvester Ngwuta and Iyan Gokoro, both of the Supreme Court, the suspended presiding justice of the Court of Appeal, Ilori Division, Justice Mohammed Sameya, Justice Kabiru Auta of the Kano State High Court, and Justice Adeniyi Ademola of the Federal High Court, Abuja. The DSS alleged that it recovered over 270 million naira from the houses of these judges, and 2 of those judges are currently on trial on allegations of corruption. About a month after the arrest, a 6-count charge of money laundering and corruption was filed against Justice Ngwuta before the Federal High Court in Abuja. The charges were later increased to 15, and the judge pleaded not guilty. A second judge, Justice Adeniyi Ademola, and his wife were accused of receiving gratification from some lawyers and some law firms. Both of them were slammed with a 15-count charge, to which they have also pleaded not guilty. A third judge, Justice Rita Ophelia Jumogobia, whose house was not raided, was also arraigned by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, among other things, for allegedly collecting a 5 million naira gratification from a senior advocate of Nigeria, Godwin Obla. Both of them have also pleaded not guilty, and trial is expected to commence shortly in all of these cases. Besides these judges, 10 others were disciplined by the National Judicial Council in September 2016 under the leadership of the then Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Mahmood Mohammed. Those disciplined include the former Chief Judge of Enugu State, Justice Innocent Umezuluke, Justice Kabiru Auta of the High Court of Kano State, Justice Oluyinka Gbajabiamila of the Lagos State High Court, Justice Olamide Oloyede of the Osun State High Court, and Justice Mohammed Yunusa of the Federal High Court, Enugu Division. All these judges were disciplined for various acts of professional misconduct. The 2015 election petitions also kept the judiciary busy. Though the elections were largely adjudged free and fair, no fewer than 297 petitions were filed across the country, with about 242 judges sitting over the petitions at the tribunal stage. One notable highlight of the process, however, was the conflicting judgments from the tribunals and the Court of Appeal, particularly on the use of the card reader machines. The Supreme Court later dealt with the controversies when it held that as the law stands today, card readers cannot substitute or replace the voters' registers.
Few Supreme Courts or appellate courts in the world are saddled with election and political cases as we have in Nigeria. In fact, I'm not aware of any. Look at Clinton and Trump. Plurality of votes, Clinton won. Electoral colleges, Trump won. Immediately before even the finished counting, Clinton had congratulated Trump. And they are moving on. They are moving ahead. It won't happen in Nigeria. Why? I'm a bit worried. Intuitively, I'm worried. Introspectively, I'm worried about the way and manner we practice and we carry on our democracy.
Also in the year 2016, Justice Mahmood Mohammed retired after clocking the mandatory retirement age. And in November, President Muhammadu Buhari swore in the next most senior justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Walter Onoge, as the Chief Justice of Nigeria in an acting capacity.
I think the President has made the point that he is very slow but steady. We do hope that the authorities will ensure that this matter is resolved as soon as possible, because when you put people in an acting position, you run into problems.
Mahmoud Abubakar Balarabe SAN, 3,055 votes, scored the higher number of votes, is the winner, and is hereby declared elected.
The Nigerian Bar Association also got a change of leadership. In an election that was conducted for the first time via electronic voting, designed to guarantee universal suffrage, a former Kano State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Abubakar Mahmood SAN, was declared winner of the elections.
All the campaign people and all the teams, very distinguished able lieutenants all across the country. We're all winners. Our association is the better for it. And I would like to seize the opportunity to congratulate all of us for participating in this very unique process that has produced probably the first major election in this country based purely on electronic platform. I think this is a trailblazer, and I would like to commend the President for his foresight, for his innovation. I would like to commend the technology providers for this trailblazing innovation. And I'd like to commend all of us who have painstakingly participated in this process. So I thank you, all of you, and I hope that this will be the end of all controversies and acrimonies, and let us move forward as a united bar. The rest of the country is watching us, and I'm sure that they have a lot to learn from us positively from the outcome of this election.
His opponent, Joe Kerry Gadzama, however, rejected the process leading to the election and the outcome, and is currently in court seeking to be declared the winner of the polls. During the year 2016, Vice President Professor Yemi Oshibajo SAN inaugurated the National Prosecution Coordination Committee, set up by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami SAN, a committee primarily charged with the handling of high-profile cases with public interest elements. However, in spite of the efforts of this committee, that of the EFCC and other agencies with power to prosecute criminal cases, the problem of delay in the process of justice delivery still remain largely unresolved, as none of the corruption-related cases commenced since President Muhammadu Buhari came into power was concluded. The high-profile cases still pending in court include those of the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, the pension scam fraud in the office of the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, the now infamous oil subsidy scam, the Central Bank of Nigeria currency scam, and the arms purchase scam. Other cases yet to be resolved include those of the former Niger Delta militant leader Tom Polo, Biafran leader Nnamdi Kanu, amongst many others. Perhaps the only high-profile case concluded in 2016 was the one filed in 2010 by the EFCC against Raymond Domashaye, a former Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. He was convicted by Justice Rita Ophelia Jumogobia for contract splitting and is currently on appeal after being granted a post-conviction bail. The judiciary also recorded some deaths in the year 2016. The notable ones include former Supreme Court Judge Nikki Toby, Justice Evo Chukwu of the Federal High Court, elder statesman Sir Olaniwa Ajayi, former Minister of State for Labour James Ocholi SAN, former NBA Secretary General Obi Okusogu SAN, another senior advocate of Nigeria Deji Shashegbon, Lagos-based lawyer Fred Agbaje, and a Port Harcourt-based lawyer Ken Aswete. In 2017, the judiciary would have to put behind it the many controversies of 2016, sanitize itself, and restore fully the confidence of Nigerians in its ability to do justice freely and fairly.
This is the program for today. If you missed any part of it, don't forget that you can find it and past episodes on our YouTube channel. Please share your feedback with us via any of our social media platforms. I'm Shola Shayeli. Thank you for watching.